Part 3. You will hear two architecture students called Leo and Mia discussing a guest lecture they have just attended. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 26. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 26.
Hey Mia, that was a long session, wasn't it? What did you make of Mr. Henderson's talk?
Hi, Leo. Honestly, I struggled to concentrate at the beginning.
Why? Was it the air conditioning again? It's always freezing in that lecture hall.
No, I brought a jumper this time, so I was fine. And we had a great view of the screen. It was the microphone. It kept cutting in and out for the first 10 minutes. It was really distracting.
Oh yeah, that was annoying. But once they fixed it, I thought his content was actually quite grounding, especially the bit about the reality of being a junior architect.
You mean the part where he crushed our dreams? I thought it was a bit discouraging.
A little bit. I went in expecting him to be overwhelmingly positive, but we needed to hear the truth. We all think we're going to graduate and immediately start designing skyscrapers, but he made it clear that we'll spend the first 5 years just checking regulations. It's better to be realistic.
True. But I was surprised by his attitude towards clients. He had nothing but praise for our university professors, but he basically said that clients don't know what they want, and that we should ignore their initial ideas.
I see your point. I think he meant we shouldn't just be yes men. But yeah, he came across a bit arrogant. He even complained about government regulations.
And what about what he said regarding our university projects?
That stung a bit. We spend so much time studying the history of architecture, and we have total creative freedom in our assignments. But he said our coursework focuses too much on aesthetics and ignores the budget.
I actually agree with him there. I mean, in my last design, I used expensive marble everywhere. I never even calculated how much it would cost. In the real world, that project would never get built.
Exactly. We definitely need more training on the financial planning side of things. So, did the talk change your plans for after graduation? We both want to work in London, right?
Yes, the location hasn't changed. But I was dead set on joining a huge international firm. Now I'm thinking a smaller boutique studio might be better. He said in big firms you just become a small cog in a machine.
That's interesting. I'm the opposite. We both want to design public buildings, but I still want the big firm experience. I want the scale and the resources, and you can't get that in a small studio.
Fair enough. But what about the overtime he mentioned? Working weekends without pay?
He said it's a rite of passage. I guess I'm resigned to it. It's just how the industry works, maybe just acceptable for a short period at the start.
See, I refuse to accept that. Just because he suffered 40 years ago doesn't mean we should be exploited today. If I'm working, I expect to be paid. It is completely unfair, and we should push back against it.
You might find it hard to get hired with that attitude, Mia.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 27 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 27 to 30.
I did enjoy his stories about his past experiences. What about the glass pavilion he designed in his 20s?
The one where they ran out of money halfway through? Yeah. He said he was so obsessed with using imported materials that the client almost cancelled it.
Right. It really highlighted that keeping strict control of financial costs is just as important as the design itself.
Absolutely. And then there was the library renovation.
Oh, that was a disaster. I can't believe he admitted that he forgot to design a wheelchair ramp.
I know. He was so focused on making the grand staircase look dramatic that he completely forgot about wheelchair users. It was a hard lesson that function and accessibility have to come before form.
Definitely. And what did you think about his advice on working on a construction site?
You mean actually laying bricks and mixing cement? He suggested every architect should spend 6 months working as a labourer.
Yeah, if you've never held a brick, you don't know how heavy it is or how long it takes to build a wall. If we understand the physical work, we won't draw things that are impossible to build. It's all about practical feasibility.
That makes sense. What about his final story about the city council meeting for the park project?
Oh, when he had to convince the local politicians to approve the design. That was fascinating. It showed me that being an architect isn't just about drawing. You have to master communication to get people on your side.
Exactly. You really need strong negotiation skills to push your vision forward. I think I'm going to sign up for a public speaking class next term.
That is the end of part 3. You now have 30 seconds to check your answers to part 3.